Okay, so hey guys, so today we're gonna do a video about...
Oh, well, it's gonna be a bunch of different topics. There's not one topic, but we're trying to do like a little podcasty thing. Right now, we don't have a real setup, but eventually we want a big background and like microphones and the whole thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a little podcasting, and like we're starting it off right now because I mean the camera quality looks good. You can hear us, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're literally gonna talk about different topics, like things you want to hear, you know. And so our first topic, CYRO's gonna say it. Take it away.
Okay, so the first topic is telling boys tea, and whether that is telling them in person. Do you think you should tell them in person? Do you think you should tell them online where you're a little safer? So what do you think? Should you tell them online or in person?
So me personally, if I tell someone I'm transgender, I would suggest telling them online. Don't tell them in person.
And how often do you think you tell them online compared to in person?
Okay, online is like 98%. In person,
right?
2%.
I feel like that too. And then for me, it kind of happened on accident in person.
Yeah.
So little situations like that.
Tell them.
Okay. So so on Tinder, I always put I'm trans because it gets a lot of people out of the way. And that's one of our other topics is like social media. So I was talking to this one guy on Tinder and I thought I told him T, but I didn't actually like text him like, hey, I'm transgender.
Okay, but it was on your bio, to be fair.
Yeah, so it was on 2 bios, my Tinder bio, and then on Instagram. At the time, I used to put transgender in my Instagram bio. No clue.
She was one of those girls.
Yeah, no clue why I did that. She really put me on into not doing that. But I had that I was trans on 2 bios.
Yeah. she had that she was transgender on Tinder, and she was transgender on fucking Instagram, where he got her Instagram from. He got it from Tinder. So it's like...
And he also got my number from Instagram. So it's like, how many times do I have to tell you? So you can kind of see where this is going. So we're hanging out and he brings weed, right?
Yeah.
And you're smoking. I don't smoke. Personally, I don't like to smoke. It gives me really bad anxiety. As you can see, I'm a ball of anxiety. That's just who I am. Whatever.
I don't like to smoke. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. Okay, so I'll smoke, but would I buy my own weed? No. So I like to smoke if they give it to me. Then I'll smoke it, you know?
And so he had brought us some weed, and I think y'all smoked it at first. Also, this was the first time we've ever met. Not that day, but like this was our first, I guess, week together.
Yeah.
Right? It was.
And we got, okay, so we got an Airbnb, and basically we were chilling there because me and CYRO, we would like, I don't know, like we're gonna hang out, and obviously I used to live with my mom, so like it would feel weird, like she would feel weird, you know, staying there, obviously, because it's like the first time meeting me. So we were like, let's get an Airbnb, whatever. And then,
it was a super nice one.
Yeah, it was like a high rise.
And condo? Would you say condo, apartment? I don't know.
Yeah. It was
a condo at the top.
Yeah, it was, high rise.
Okay, high rise.
But he was like, he came over, whatever, because obviously we had the fucking high rise, whatever. He brought me a little thing, a blunt.
I said my friend smokes, so if you want to bring some, you can bring some. And I think y'all smoked a little bit, right? Outside or something? Or
no, he just gave it to me.
No, I swear.
Oh no, we did. No, we did actually. That's a lie. We smoked. He had like half a blunt, and then he gave me another blunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he gave you like half a blunt.
Yeah. And then you were like,
no, you were. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
And then after he gave me the blunt, I don't know where she was going. I think she went to
it was Whataburger. You were like, I'm hungry. So I was like, okay, period. He has a car. We didn't have a car at the time. Remember, you didn't have your Lexus.
Yeah.
So we took his car. Not we. I went with him alone. We went to Whataburger. We ordered our food.
No, but before that, keep in mind, she was wearing, I think she was wearing like a little tank top, like one of these, but a black one. And then she was wearing like these
Dragon Ball Z
boxers.
What is the brand called?
Ethica. She's wearing one of those boxers, right? She was like, you were actually so skinny.
No, I was skinny back then, okay? And he was like, you look so good. He was rubbing on my ass and everything, right?
Yeah, he was like, oh my God, you're Dragon Ball Z boxers.
And then, so we went to go get Whataburger. Oh my God, I'm sorry. At request of this little girl. And so, red flag number one, well, this isn't even a red flag. I paid for the Whataburger when the man...
That is a red flag. Like, if I was there, I would have been like, can you give me this? And I wouldn't have said it was my friend. So I was like, can you give me this? Boom, would have got my friend some Whataburger. But, you know, men from Tinder.
Okay. And in this car waiting for Whataburger, I'm making out with this guy. Like, that was when... Those are... Okay, so I'm kind of a hoe now, but those were my hoe days. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Those were like... Let's not get into that, actually. Oh my God.
No, she was not a hoe. If you're any of her family members, she was actually such a good girl.
My whole family knows I'm a hoe.
Okay, fine. She's a fucking slut. Okay, so
we come back. We go up the elevator. We're probably making out on the elevator going up. I'm pretty sure. And then so we get back. We kind of eat our Whataburger. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. It was like a year ago.
Yeah.
So we're making out. My bad. Okay, so after a while of us eating our Whataburger, Daniella has this newfound blunt that she's probably gonna smoke another day or something. Yes. So she puts it on the table. Just keep that in mind. So I tell him, because at this point I'm like, okay, I kind of want to do a little something. If you're trying to do a little something.
What? Like play board games?
Yeah, that. And so we go into, and we shared this bed, me and Daniella. We only had one room, remember?
Yes.
And so we go into the room. And, okay, so mind you, this is one of the first times I met Daniella. And I'm in awe with her, as anybody would be, because Daniella, she's a fine-ass bitch. She's short. She's 5'3". You would never, nobody ever clocks her. Nobody, ever.
Surprisingly, they don't.
Not surprisingly, honestly. But we go into the room and we're like making out, and no, we don't make out. Why do I keep saying we're making out? Okay, let me get back to it. So we go into the room and we sit on the bed and we start talking a little bit because I think we're trying to ease our way into it. And I was like, isn't it crazy how she's trans too? I was talking about Daniella. I know, she hates that I bring that up.
She was outing me to this fucking guy, but
I thought he knew my tea. Yeah. So I'm just thinking, like, because I don't know, in my opinion,
all trannies hang out with each other.
Oh no. So I'm thinking in my head, he never clocked her. He probably clocked me. Or wait, no. I'm gonna restate that. So I'm thinking like he never knew Daniella was trans. And I don't know, I was a little drunk too. So I was like, can you believe like that fine ass bitch in the kitchen, because you're at the kitchen, you were sitting on the counter.
Yeah.
Is trans too. And he was like, what? And I was like,
trans too?
Yeah, no, literally. And he was like, he looked at his phone, he was like, I gotta go see my friend really quick. And I'm like, what? Like, why? Huh? Like, I thought we were about to fuck.
Can I go?
I'm thinking we're about to, get it on. And I say what I said, and he was like, wait a minute. So, are you trans? And I was like, yeah. Like, it was in my Tinder bio. I think I even told him, I was like, it's in my Tinder bio, and it's in my Instagram bio, which he saw both of. So I'm thinking he knew this whole time. He's making out with me. He's grabbing on my ass, right?
Yeah.
So.
One thing about her, she got a big old ass.
Always. But, I'm not sweating that much. But, so he was like, I gotta go. And I was like, I could kind of tell that it was because I said what I said. And I was like, are you leaving because what I said? And he was like, yeah, I didn't know. And I'm so confused.
Yeah, and I remember when I was on the couch, I was just there, like chilling.
I remember this.
They were in the fucking the room, and she was like, dude, like I have to leave. No, she was like, dude, he's leaving, and I'm like, why? Like what? Like why?
No, you were like, that was quick. You said that. You said that.
I was like, quick. That was quick, because I was like so confused. I'm like, what the fuck? Like what's happening? Like I kept asking questions I didn't understand. And then he was like, he came up to me and he was like, dude, can I get that blunt back?
And he took it. He asked you, but he took it.
It's because he told him I was transgender. Otherwise, he probably would have.
He told him I was transgender?
No, you told him I was transgender. Otherwise, he probably would have let it slide. But
yeah,
he was like, that bitch is a whole tranny.
Okay, so do you, because I had a whole story where he really didn't know what was tea, but I kind of told him what was tea.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories similar to that situation, or do you have any stories where guys don't care, or like, just give me some?
So when it comes to going on dates with people, I've been on dates with people without telling them that I'm transgender, and I know a lot of people are like, damn, like that's like, you know, that's bad, like you can get murdered, whatever. And I agree that is bad, not to tell people that you're transgender and going on a date with them. But at the time, I was probably like 18, 19. So I used to not tell people that I was trans. My mom, she was really strict about it. So she would tell me like not to tell people and blah, 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 because she didn't want a lot of people to know that I was transgender. So I didn't think it was a big deal to tell people, to not tell people. Like I was just like, I'm gonna do me, I'm gonna live my life. And I went on a lot of dates without telling them. And like these dudes were like, dude, when I tell you, they will fall in love with me. Like fall in love with me. Like right, like literally we hang out, they would fall in love. And I would be like, oh my God. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, fuck, like they don't know I'm transgender. Like what the fuck, like, And then eventually this one time I told him, right? And no, I remember we were like in the back of, basically he invited me to his friend's house, right? And his friend, he was like, oh, hey, like blah, blah, blah. And I was talking to both of them, and they were like, I think they were probably like a little bit older than me. They were probably like 21 and I was like 18 or something. And questionable. And they were like playing FIFA, right? And at the time I was like, oh my God, yeah, I play Fortnite. I'm like a Fortnite queen. I was like trying to be
not a gamer,
so relatable. Like I was like, I'm different than other girls. And they were like loving that shit. Well, his friend ends up going to sleep, and me and him are on the couch, right? And he's like, oh, like you trying to fuck, right? And I'm like, no, it's cause like, you know, like I just ate and I'm not trying to like do anal, you know? And he's like, anal?
I don't think you told me this one.
Yeah, this is something that happened. He was like, anal? What do you mean anal? And basically this guy actually did tell him that I was transgender, but he didn't know what that meant. He thought transgender meant bisexual. Yeah, so he was like, anal? What do you mean anal? And I was like, yeah, like I'm not trying to have anal. Like, what? Like, what aren't you understanding? He was like, why would we have anal? And then I was like, what do you mean? Like, because I'm transgender. And he was like, yeah, I know you're transgender. Like, you like boys and girls, but like, what does that have to do with, what does that have to do with you wanting to do anal? And I was like, I remember I was sitting on the couch and I was like, oh my God.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, I was like, and I told him. So I was just like, like, I was literally like, oh my God, this guy is so stupid. Like, how doesn't he know what being transgender is? Like, what the fuck? So literally, I played it cool the whole night. I was like, blah, 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 blah. Until I got home, and I told him, hey, like, just so you know, like, I'm actually, like, I was born male, and now I transitioned to female. He ends up, like, cutting me off, which is cool. I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Like, no L on my part. He wasn't even that cute. So I was like, I don't give a fuck. And basically, like, he cuts me off, whatever.
And
he hits me up like a year later, and he's like, let's fuck. And I'm like, ew, why would I want to fuck you? Like, you got uglier, I got cuter.
Period.
That don't even make sense. Like, why would I step down to your level of ugliness when I'm so majestical? I'm just kidding.
Not the unicorn.
But yeah, like, that was my experience with like that or whatever. But now I'm super upfront with telling people that I'm transgender. I'm like, dude, soy transgénero. And if you don't like it, if you really, really don't like it, you could just like die or something. I don't give a fuck. Period.
Tell them.
Period.
So we're gonna talk about Tinder, Grindr. That's basically
Bumble.
Yeah, but that's like with Tinder, you know, it's like the same thing.
Plenty of Fish.
Not Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle, Farmers Meet, and literally everything. We're gonna talk about it because we've been on every single site.
Okay, so what I feel like we should do with dating apps, what do you have in your bio right now?
Okay, so on my bio, I literally have trans. Then I have love sushi and love the gym. Why? Because I don't really know what else to put, and I like those two. So I'm like, you know what? Let me seem like a little...
Well, there's another thing that I got from you was no hookups.
Oh, yeah.
And that helps me a lot, actually.
Yeah. I don't put that anymore because I'm like, maybe I'm down, but maybe I'm not.
I'm not at this point.
Actually, I'm really not, but like maybe. Think about it, but I really wouldn't be down. So complicated. Okay, so yeah, like Tinder, Grindr. Have you ever had Grindr? Let's talk about that one.
Okay. I've had Grindr, you've had Grindr, Lil Weezy's had Grindr. I've seen it in person.
Okay, so I've had Grindr before. I had it like a long time ago when I was like younger, like girl. I was
Not recently at all, you would say?
I don't really think so. The sound goes off in the background. But like when I was younger, I had it a lot, and then recently, like the past 2 years, like I've been using it a lot too. But honestly, I'm on it for like a month, 2 months max, and then I delete it because I'm like, ew, like all of this, like
they're like too horny.
Yeah, like ew. How do you think about that 24/7?
Grindr for a trans girl, everyone wants to fuck. That's all it's about.
Yeah.
Period.
And me, I feel like, dude, I'm sorry, but no, like I feel too much of a bad bitch to let you me. Period. Like, if you're not dating me, best believe you ain't getting this coochie, okay?
Ooh, I keep burping. And it's true too. She don't let nobody.
No. Like you need to be my boyfriend, or we not doing it. And I'm fine. Like you don't need to be my boyfriend. Trust and believe that. But they always want to be. So it's
they
like
really do.
I know.
It's just me in the background, like agreeing to everything.
I know, but it's like honestly, like guys, they're really weird. They're really weird. Okay, so back to the dating apps. I started using Tinder when I think I was like 18, and after my first boyfriend, I started using Tinder because I was like, basically I was in a relationship for 2 years with my first boyfriend. He took my virginity, he took everything from me, and I was like, you know what? I was like, after being in a relationship for this long, I'm just gonna go be a hoe. I'm just gonna go do this. I'm just go, like my mind was just like, go be a hoe, go do this, because like.
Did you do that?
No, I wanted to do it like the first year. I wanted to do it, but I couldn't because I was so used to like only having sex with someone that I was dating. And then I feel like when I turned like 20 after coronavirus, like I was like, you know what? I want to be a little Thotty McDotterson.
That's when we met.
Yeah, when we met, I was literally.
I feel like I brought that out of you though.
Yeah, me too. But it wasn't in a bad. It wasn't in a bad way. Like I wasn't like.
What do they say? Liberating. In a liberating way.
Yeah. I feel like I low-key had to go through that to like figure myself out.
Like a struggle.
It was just so hard. But I feel like I low-key had to go through all of that to really like know who I am, know what I want in a relationship, know what I want in a man, know what I like sexually. But don't get me wrong. It's not like I was having sex fucking every week. But like, you know.
I was.
She was. But like, I feel like I had my little fun, and you know, it had its moments. It was cute. Not anymore though. But yeah, it was cute moments, but not anymore. And now like that, I recently started using Tinder being 21 years old. I feel like I've been having more experiences of dating people, but worse experiences.
Like in the hyper obsession kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like my past 2 relationships, I've been with people that I met from Tinder. They were crazy. Psycho. Like my first guy that I met from Tinder, like he was just.
Say his name, Nathan.
This guy named Nathan, he was obsessed with me, and then this other guy that I just recently broke up with, same thing, would show up to my apartment. Like it was bad.
I've heard it.
Yeah, like I'll go into detail in another fucking video, but like just know that it's not cool. And yeah, so have you used any other apps besides Tinder? Which app do you think is the best for trans women, in your opinion?
To have sex with would probably be Grindr, of course. But if I want somebody to take me seriously, especially I would say in a town of Houston, I would say Tinder for sure.
Really? Okay, do you feel like meeting a man authentically in person is better than meeting a man on Tinder? Or do you feel like you feel more comfortable meeting on Tinder?
Okay, so I would say authentically in person, only because I've only had good experiences of meeting men in person, to be honest. Like, they seem more genuine, they seem more nice. On Tinder, it's like they have a whole bunch of options, and if I don't meet their criteria, they could easily like swipe left, or if I say something that they don't like, and it could be like the dumbest thing ever, they can delete me right then and there, you know what I mean? But in person, they have my number.
Yeah, I feel like also on Tinder, like, okay, first and foremost, women have power on Tinder.
Yeah.
Always remember that. But
tell them the statistics.
Yes.
She's really good with
women
statistics.
have power on Tinder. We are the most wanted. We are the most like seeked out for, right? And then men are the ones that prey on us because they want us. So we have a lot of options, correct? But if a man is also super I'm sorry. It's because I know my shit. If a man is also equally as attractive as the woman partner, like us, if a man is as equally attractive, he gets just the amount of likes, just the amount of attention.
But every other guy, and we've heard this before in person, have to swipe right on every female.
Yes, guys literally have to swipe right, swipe right, swipe right, swipe right.
Multiple people have told us, right?
Yes, literally my cousins, my brothers, everything, they swipe right on every single girl. Every single girl. Because they're like, if you don't swipe right on every girl, you don't get matches. Guys are literally so desperate. Women, we're like, we swipe right on who we want. And we also fuck who we want. And they fuck who they can. Remember that, okay? But in general, I feel like meeting people in person is a little bit better. Like, because you get to know each other. You don't have to tell them you're transgender because you're meeting authentically. Unless you want to. But honestly, I personally wouldn't feel comfortable with telling someone that I'm transgender right then and there, because like, what if they like, you know, go and tell other friends that you're transgender? Because you got to remind yourself that men are the biggest bitches of life,
and they're easy
fucking bitches that will literally talk like, bitch, you're a man, why the fuck are you gossiping like a fucking little girl to your friends? Like, okay, she's transgender, you don't like that, boo-hoo, get the fuck over it. Like, why are you over here like, oh my god, can you believe? Like, just say you take dick in your booty and motherfucking call it a motherfucking day.
Okay, so personally, from the both of us, we would prefer that you tell them online and not in person, because in person it could be really dangerous, right?
Yes. Honestly, guys, take your life into consideration. Do what's the safest for you. Don't tell them in person. Just wait, you know? Like, if you really like them, tell them over text once you're far away from them and, like, they don't know where you live. And safe. Okay? And that's the end of that topic.
So our next topic is gonna be why trans friend groups never last. And I have a really good opinion on this, and I think I saw it online somewhere. So one of the things is because trans women are transitioned in high school. I'm pretty sure you did too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we both transitioned in high school. And in high school, personally, I've always felt like a victim of bullying. How would you feel about that? Are you a victim or no?
I feel like in high school, I didn't really get bullied that much.
Okay.
Over being transgender, mainly because I didn't really talk about it or like tell a lot of people that I'm transgender.
See, I was. Everybody knew who I was and all of that. So with that being said, because a lot of trans girls are bullied in general, and it couldn't even be like connected to high school, it could be also in person. So with trans girls being bullied in general, I've heard, I think it was a statistic where trans girls bully each other because they don't want to be the victim.
Right.
Have you heard that or no?
Yeah, I think I've heard something like that. I feel like a lot of trans women are just like, there's a lot of trauma into being transgender, and it's hard, you know, like people not accepting you, people telling you that they don't want to date you, people making you feel like you're not worthy to date.
So the dating thing, sorry, not to cut you off, but personally, I feel like when another trans girl knows, and I'm not saying us specifically because we know one another, we always tell each other things. With trans girls, I've had situations where I'm like, I like this guy. He knows I'm trans. He doesn't care. And I'll tell my trans group that. And my trans group won't care. They're like, oh, I want him too now. You know?
Yes. Trans women, if they know you're talking to a guy and he's okay with tea, they will literally, like, if they're fake friends.
And especially if they're fine.
Yes,
which they usually
especially
are.
if the guy's fine. Like, they'll be like, oh, he doesn't care that she's trans. So obviously he's not going to care that I'm trans.
Regardless if we are friends.
Yeah. Like, a lot of trans women are messy. They think with their penises and not with their she-nesses. But yeah, like a lot of trans women just like, I don't know, they're really weird about when it comes to men. I think they just like really love attention.
No, they do.
Especially from men. Actually, only from men.
Literally.
But a lot of trans friendships don't work in general because I feel like a lot of trans people have big personalities.
They
like
do.
we do. We have big personalities. But the reason that we get along is because we're not fake bitches.
And I also want to talk about that too.
Yeah, okay, go.
So I think me and Daniela get along so much. And this sounds really cocky, but I think it's because, and I know people will have their opinions on who's passable and who's not, but I feel like we're both passable and we're both genuine people. So we don't care when the other girl's getting attention. Like if Daniela's getting attention, I'm not going to be like,
oh, yeah.
Literally. Because it's like I'm getting my own attention, you know? As opposed to like, in the past, I've gotten attention. I've met a guy before at a club and I've seen him again. And another girl knows that and she goes and talks to him. You know?
Yeah.
Because she's not as passable. You know? That kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of trans women like see each other as competition.
Competition.
Yeah, just like cis women do. But when you're trans, the competition level is like literally times 20. Because they feel like, oh, I'm transgender, you're transgender. Like they can't be two transgenders, like two bad bitches. When in reality, like we can all be like fucking cool. We can all be bad bitches. I think that me and CYRO, we're just not haters. Like if CYRO gets a man and he's fine as fuck, I'm like, bitch, I'm jealous. Like I wish I had him. But we're like happy for each other.
Jealous. It's more of, I don't know how to explain that.
It's more like, oh my god, bitch, I wish I had him.
Yeah, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's more of like, I wish I had that, like that situation, not specifically, I wish I had that man. You know
or even then, like when we're like, damn, I wish I had him, but like, bitch, period. You know, even if it was someone that we think is attractive as well, we're gonna be like, bitch, period, you do you. Like, yes, bitch, I'm fucking happy for you. Rather than being a fucking hater and wanting to fucking take someone's man or blah, 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 blah. Like, I think me and CYRO, we've hanged out with, how many trans people have we? Just one?
2.
Oh, okay, yeah. So usually, like, when we bring another trans girl into the friend group, I feel like
it never works out.
It never works out. It never works out. And that's not because, like, of me and CYRO. We're just like, ugh, no. Because CYRO, this little girl, she's a very friendly gal. Especially with...
I love tranny.
Yeah, she really does. Like, she's like, oh my god, a tranny. That's my friend. Like,
I'm very
5 seconds, she's like, that's my friend. Cool, you know, duh. Like, and me, I'm more like, yeah, like, you're cool, whatever. Like, I'm not really gonna be all into you.
I feel it too, I'm sorry.
I'm really not gonna be all into you unless I know you. Because otherwise I'm like... Because these transgender girls, I'm telling you, bro, they're fucking sketchy. We had this one transgender friend. She saw me on TikTok. She saw me and CYRO on TikTok. She was like, oh my god, I know y'all. Like, I live in Houston. Like, let's hang out. Right?
We did.
Yes. And we did. We invited her to our Airbnb. And let's just say this girl...
Wait, hold on. That's another thing. We always have Airbnbs. And we always invite people over. Like, in a too trusting way, I feel like.
Yeah,
you know?
we're very, like, trusting people because we always, like, hope... Because we're good people, so we're like, oh, like, they must be good people too, you know?
Because we feel like we're good people.
Yeah, so we're, like, hoping that the other person is good. Like, we're good people, so we're not gonna think someone's bad. But a lot of the people that we would invite over, like her specifically, we invite her over, you know, whatever. And let's just say she's more of a like
preppy, I would say.
A preppy gal. She's transgender as well. She was pretty, whatever. She was obviously very young in her transition.
Well,
like,
but she was 23. So
yeah, she transitioned
older
like
than us.
Yeah, she was older than us. She transitioned maybe like a year ago type shit. And she was very much like hater vibes. I feel.
So when me and Daniela would say something, we don't say something. No, how do I say this? When me and Daniela would say something, she would be like, oh, I don't talk like y'all. Like, y'all talk like transgenders.
Yeah, keep in mind.
But we're talking normal.
Keep in mind, what CYRO means by that is, like, me and her, we would joke, like, oh my God.
Oh, I have another story now.
Yeah, we'd be like, oh my God, that outfit is so cute. The house down boots.
As a joke.
As
like
a joke.
Making fun of.
Yeah, like, it's literally a joke. Like, obviously, we don't fucking say shit like that, but it's a joke. It's funny. She'll be like, oh, wow, like, you just talk so much like a transgender. Like, you're all about the transgender lingo. Like, girl, it's a joke. Like, hello.
No.
Say it.
I was going to say, and the only transgender around here
is you, baby girl. No, I'm just kidding. But she was very much like, she thought she was so different, right? Which is cool, you know. I mean, have some self-confidence, think you're different, whatever. But like, girl, we're joking, we're just having fun, whatever. And I feel like a lot of the younger, like not younger, but a lot of the women that have only been in their transition for like a year, and that's like no shade, but I feel like a lot of the times they're not used to having other transgender women in their life, so they see it as competition and they get mad and angry and like
and they try to say the sneakiest stuff.
Yes, they start acting so sneaky, like super sneaky, bro, like the shit they say. And I remember we went out like to a club, like to a bar with her. Yeah, bar. And she would be like, oh my God, like, can you take this picture of me on the toilet? It'll be so funny.
Like, that's not even a joke. Like, she said that.
Oh my God, a picture of you on the toilet. That's so funny. Bitch, no. Like, you really think that's like fucking Laughing Riot? Like, that's not funny. Like, but it's cool. Like, if she would have asked us that once, twice. No, the bitch asked that like 30,000 times that night.
This is deep.
Can you take a picture? Can you take a picture? Hey, oh my God, that'll be so funny. Take a picture. It'll be funny. Like, no, bitch, it's not that funny. Like, girl, like, chill. We're just trying to have fun. Like, we're just trying to get lit. Like, I get taking pictures. Like, we don't mind taking pictures, but you trying to take pictures of the dumbest shit ever. Like, oh my God, take a picture of me standing on this sink.
I remember that.
Huh? Like a sink, bitch. Like, not even like something cute. You know, it's not we're being haters. But anyways, we actually ended up cutting that girl off immediately that night. I was like, girl, no. And she was like really obsessed with like white men. Like, she wanted to go everywhere there was white men.
I remember that. I was like, let's go to Spire. She's like,
no, I want to go to a dive bar. I'm like, girl, a dive bar? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get a Latino papi, not a fucking Chad girl. No, like, I'm sorry, I don't like...
Not Richard.
Yeah, not Billy Joe Bob. Like, I want a fucking Latino papi. But anyways, I feel like every single trans girl that I've met, like, for the most part...
Well, I feel like they especially hate on you.
Yes, dude.
Like, when we were at Blur, that 6'4" bitch...
Yes.
Remember, she was like,
yes.
I hate you. I love CYRO. Do you remember
yeah,
that?
she was like, I hate you. And when I told her that I was transgender, she was like, oh, you are? Oh my God.
So jealous. And then I'm sitting there, right? I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to fight this big girl. Because Daniela doesn't know how to stay calm.
I feel like me, I'm very open. So when I think something, I say it. And like, a lot of people might consider it rude. I know sometimes it can be rude, but honestly, I like to be honest with people. Like, even if like maybe they don't know like the things that they're doing, so I'm gonna be honest with them. Like, if they're lying, I'm gonna be like, no, bitch, you're a liar. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't like that, whatever. And specifically that transgender girl at the club that was 6'4", the guy, basically, she liked this guy, right? And that guy did not like her.
That's what happened?
Yeah, that guy did not like her.
I wasn't really there.
Yeah.
I was there at the end.
He didn't like her, and I was like, okay, who do you like more, me or her? He said me. She got mad at me. I'm like, girl.
No wonder she wanted
yeah, but I was like joking. I was literally joking. He was like, I want you. And she was mad. And I was like, girl, I was joking. Like, I don't really want that ugly motherfucker.
And then think about this. This little 5'3" girl is saying this about the 6'4" girl boy.
Yeah.
And so I'm the tallest one out of the group. So who do you think she's gonna fight? Her or me?
She don't want it from me. Like, I don't know why, but my experience with most transgender girls are just like, it's so bad. Like, for like, I'm not jealous of no bitch. Like, I would never be jealous. I hold myself down. I'm confident, whatever. So I'll never see a bitch and be jealous, like, period. But I'll never hate on her either. If you're pretty, yeah, she's pretty. Like, I'll say the truth. But a lot of transgender girls, like, they hate, like, so
They like extra
bad.
hate you.
Yeah, they extra hate me. Like, they'll be like, oh, you're 5'3". Oh, you're little. Oh, you're pretty. Like, they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna hate on you. I'm a blah, 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 blah. I'm like, girl, it's not that serious. But I feel like a lot of, like, friend groups that are, like, transgender, usually...
Just transgenders in general, they don't get along.
Yeah, they like to argue. Like, they like to be, like, rowdy and shit. But...
Me too. I like to get rowdy,
But dude, not even just transgenders. Actually, a lot of cis women, too, they are, like, haters. Like, especially if you're prettier than another cisgendered
like
woman. Yes, they're extra haters because they're like, oh, you're trans and you're prettier than me. Oh, I'm gonna hate on you and I'm gonna tell guys you're trans.
And I think the thing in my perspective, seeing Daniella, like, there's no cis girl friend of mine that tops her. So a lot of the times they get mad at her because they don't know how to react to a trans woman looking better than them, you know?
Yeah, and that's not me thinking I look better than them, but like,
she just looks better than them. That's it, period. She won't say it. She won't say it. I'll say it.
No,
she
like,
looks better than them.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of women do get jealous. Like, not saying I'm the hottest bitch ever, keep in mind. But a lot of women, if you are attractive and you're pulling, they get jealous. Even cisgender women. Like, they will literally be the biggest fucking haters of life just because you're getting attention. And it's like crazy. Like, girl, what? Like, me, I've always been like, damn, bitch, period. Like, even if you're pulling more men than me, I'm not going to be a hater. I'm going to be actually happy for you. But for a lot of women, it's just not the case. Like, they will literally sit there and, like, be like, well, you're still a man. Like, oh, you want to be me. You want to like, bitch.
Or did you know she was transgender?
Yeah. Yeah. They will literally tell guys that, you know, she's transgender. Like, bitch, you're transgender. Fuck you mean. Like, they will literally hate on you for just looking good. It's like, damn, bitch, you want me to look bad. That's the only way a fucking cis woman will fucking feel, like, be cool with you is if you don't look better than them. Unless they're real people. But a lot of people are not. Especially...
Like a man.
No, you're good. Especially other trans women. Like, dead ass. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about. Would you...
What do you want to talk about? Let's get into it.
Would you date a guy who's told you that he's been with multiple trans women?
Okay, so I feel like in the past I said yes. But currently I would say no.
So he was like, oh yeah, like, I've been with the trans woman, we just hooked up, but I want to take you serious.
You just hooked up? Okay, bye.
No, they hooked up like a year ago.
Bye.
You're like, no.
I don't want that.
What you want?
I want a real man.
So they're fake men if they've been with trans women? Oh, okay.
Unless they've been a trans woman like me or you. Or if they said, okay, I've dealt with a girl that looks like you. I'm like, okay, you like women.
You're gonna get canceled.
Period.
Okay, for me, I feel the same way. Like, if you've been with a trans woman, I'm sorry.
You're gonna get canceled. Me, I feel the same way. As
long as you're counseled with me, it's fine.
Probably will be.
I feel the same way. Like, if you've been with a trans woman, I'm sorry, I don't want to be with you. It's not that I think you're gay or whatever. It's just like, clearly,
you have a type.
You have a type. And if your type is with the cock,
it's a fetish.
If your type is with a cock, it's an instant block. Period.
Okay, rapper.
I'm not trying to date someone that has been with another trans girl. Like, maybe not right now. I'm still young, guys. I'm 22 almost. So I'm not trying to date you if you've been with a trans girl. If you have, cool. Like, 10 feet. But if you haven't, hit me up. Like, because I'm always going to be the best of the best. What about me? Okay, but no. Like, seriously, I feel like it just depends on what type of, like, on what's the situation like.
Okay, so what would you say if a guy's like, yeah, I dealt with one trans girl, and he shows you my picture. We're not friends. You don't know me.
I'll be like, she's pretty.
So would you fuck with him?
No. Like, I'll be like, she's pretty. But it's because, like, I don't care if she's pretty. Like, I'll just be like, no. Like, honestly, I'll be like, no. Like, it's not because of her. It's just, like, I'm going to feel some sort of way how I feel. I'm going to feel like you just want some fucking, like, cock. And I'm just not cool with you wanting that.
So you just believe I'm giving cock out there?
No, I don't believe that. I know.
This is kind of the end of everything. It might have cut weird. We're not sure yet. But what do you have to say?
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll definitely...
Thanks for watching.
We're going to make more videos. But yeah, that's the end of our fucking video.
And we'll get comfortable, more or less. If we looked a little awkward or if we did something a little off. This is our first.
Yes, we're just shy. We're just shy little girls.
So.
But yeah, guys, that's how we're going to end the video. Bye.